In this video, we're going to talk about the setup of your tool talk. So in general, you want to find what works best for you, but I like to break up my tools into 3 different categories. That's earth-breaking tools, earth-moving tools, and miscellaneous. And we'll go over all of these in other videos, but we'll start with earth-breaking tools here. These are the tools that are used to loosen compacted materials before moving them. It includes rock bars, pulaskis, pigmatics, and paleo picks. The first tool that we'll cover are rock bars. Rock bars are solid steel bars designed for digging, breaking, leveraging, and prying materials. They can weigh up to 20 pounds, which can seem a little bit daunting when you're traveling over a large distance, but there really isn't a replacement for what these can do because of the weight behind these tools. So I have 2 different types here because each of them serves a slightly different purpose. This first rock bar is better for prying and leveraging large materials because of this wider, broader body. You can wedge it in between a heavier piece of material to pry and push it out of the way. Now the second design can also be used for prying lighter materials, but you want to be careful not to bend the body of this rock bar. This design has a chiseled edge over here, designed for breaking up hard materials, and a broad flat end here, designed for packing material back into place when you're finishing up a project. Now to carry the rock bar, you just want to find that balance point and rest it comfortably by your side like any other tool and make sure that chiseled edge is pointed straight in front of you. And when you're storing rock bars, make sure you place them perpendicular to a slope so that they don't roll back onto the trail while you're working. The next tool that we're going to cover is the pulaski. And the pulaski is a multi-purpose firefighting and digging tool that's good for crews with limited tools because it's so easily adapted to trail work. So before I pick up my pulaski, I want to check the handle and the head of the tool to make sure that there are no cracks and that the head is tight onto that handle. The pulaski has 2 different sides. We have our axe side here, which is used for chopping large roots, and the grub hoe side here, which is used to clear dirt and debris. And when I'm carrying my pulaski, I want to make sure that that axe side is face down towards the ground. And if I have sheaths like this, because of the sharpened edge, I want to make sure I'm using those when I'm carrying them up the trail. So a consideration for use of the pulaski, just make sure that you never pry anything using the grub hoe. Okay, it can loosen up the head of that tool and make it dangerous for use. And lastly, for storage, just place the pulaski flat on the ground with the head on its side, upslope. The next tool we'll cover is the pigmatic. And this is another combination tool. It's considered a standard in trail work. But before using the pigmatic, I'm going to inspect the handle and the head of the tool to make sure there are no cracks. I also want to make sure that that head is not loose like this, because I'm going to swing this, and that would be very dangerous for use. So I'm just going to toss that to the side and use this pigmatic instead. So the pigmatic has 2 different sides. The pig side here is used for breaking up compact materials. And the matic side here is used to work those decompacted materials and softer materials. It can also be used for cutting roots and very lightly prying, okay? You want to make sure that you don't pry too hard with this tool so that we don't loosen that head. Some similar tools that you may run into in trail work are cuttermatics, the difference there being the axe side combined with the matic side, as well as paleo picks, which look like this. And the paleo pick is just a smaller version of the pigmatic. And this is really great for trail work on tight corridors, and when you have a lot of tools to carry out to a work site, it's a lot lighter than the pigmatic. When I'm carrying the pigmatic, I want to make sure that that pick edge is down, okay? And a safety consideration for this tool specifically is that both of these sides of the tool are very sharp. So you want to make sure you're communicating to other people around you what that danger zone is. Lastly, storage. Just make sure, again, that the head of that tool is flat off the trail tread and pointed upslope.